Hello everyone, I'm Draken Watson and I'm back with another Anthem video. It has been a while since my last video, but I have been slowly chugging away trying to get to level 30 and hopefully get a lot of those masterworks and legendaries from there. I've also been playing the Division 2, interestingly enough, and I'm also trying to gear up and get ready to cover a little bit more of Sekiro, Shadows Die Twice, and I'm really excited for that game, being a huge Dark Souls fan. But this time I really want to cover over the recent live stream they just did on Anthem. Unfortunately, I did miss a live stream, but somebody over on Reddit has made a nice summary of a lot of the key points that they went through and what they had in the live stream there. So let's get started with the Elysian Caches. They finally gave us some information on the Elysian Caches, how they're going to work, and how we can actually obtain the keys to open these caches here. First is they're going to be available at the end of strongholds whenever we finish the last boss. Will also contain vanity items and crafting embers. The way you get the keys is they end up completing daily challenges that specifically for that key. And then the one nice thing at does look they have done is they made it to where if all 4 players have a key, you will get 4 different rewards because there are 4 chests in there. So that's actually really nice for wanting to get a group together and trying to get as many of those nice little items as you can while they're available. Next thing they have is forge improvements. What they did there is they're also making it where there's no loading screens, and hopefully we shouldn't see much of a loading screen when going into the forge, but they're also making it to where you can access it from anywhere in Fort Tarsus, just like they are the actual regular missions in that. I actually really enjoy that improvement. That would be really nice for them to actually implement it there. Honestly, I do find myself I actually enjoy walking up to my Javelin or walking up to the forge and accessing it there, but it is definitely nice when times where I just don't really feel like it, and just go, I'll just press a button and you're just automatically there. So that is also another welcome change that they are going to improve with it. Now, with the loot, they are going to change it where the stronghold bosses on the masterwork difficulty still guarantee 1 masterwork, but now the remaining loot can be rolled for masterworks and legendaries. That's also a nice little change. Hopefully we can get, more loot the better at this point. That's always a good thing. They said the strongholds and free place chests will have improved drop rates for rare gear as well, so that's also a nice change. They did give us more information on the legendary missions. Legendary missions will be added to the game. They are more difficult and replayable critical path missions. So there will be 6 missions on release, 1 each day, and then at the end of each mission, it looks like they're going to add an apex creature. They can either be Ursix, a Titan, Luminary, or a Fury. That's also really nice. That sounds pretty exciting there for them to have even somewhat tougher versions of the enemies. They are, because you don't want to get it to where it starts being too easy, and they are legendary missions for a reason. The next thing they have is on that one, you don't really have to go to any conversations with NPCs or anything like that. It's just you can just go straight to the mission there from the map, which is also really nice. They also did a bunch of little minor things, other things they want to sort of improve. They're also improving to where the free play missions, to where if it is surpassed the 15-minute timer, you can no longer be match made into it, which is nice because sometimes it is annoying being match made into right in the middle of one, especially if it's one you haven't actually done before, which most of us probably have done all the strongholds and that, but for anybody new and whatnot, you don't miss a lot of too much of the dialogue that's going through there. They're also making it to where after it's 2 minutes have elapsed, you can no longer be match made into a stronghold, which is also really nice because sometimes you don't want to miss a lot of the enemies, because that's also less chance that you'll get the loot or anything like that for there. They are making some improvements for the Javelins. They're increasing the thrusters by 20% across the board. Overheat time has similarly been reduced. That's actually another welcome change, because the more flight time, the faster you can get to your objective where you're going. And I actually do enjoy flying around a lot. I've gotten a little bit better as trying to find a lot of the waterfalls or skating across the water and whatnot as well to improve that, but it is also good to make it a little bit easier for extended flight time. They also are going to add more universal components, such as weapons and whatnot, and one example that they did give was the acid slugs, which improves shotgun damage and applies acid effect after 7 pellets hit the enemy. That's also really nice. The more kind of I guess you can say, more added on to weapons. One of the more added, effects and whatnot you can use weapons, the better. It also gives, you can make some more interesting builds trying to do that there. Another improvement they are making is they're hopefully addressing the pilot data error issue that's been kind of going on. I just ran into that the other night when I was playing. After just hitting level 30, I ended up getting like my first masterwork. I was really excited. I was like, yes, finally another masterwork. And then I get the data error right when we finish the mission. That sucked. But luckily, I actually still managed to keep those masterworks. I went in and did another mission, and for somehow it still gave me the masterwork from the previous mission and that one, which that was really nice. How they did that. Yeah, I still managed to get those. I think that's going to be it for the improvements of what I'm going to go over and what they have here. I do like that they are sticking with it. They did end up releasing a statement about kind of the state of the game and how things are going and what they're doing with it and everything with that there. And then Casey Hudson also made his own little blog post over there, basically kind of going over, yes, it has been a rough launch for the game in general. There has been some issues, some ups and downs and that, but they are reassuring us that they are going to stick with it. They are going to continue updating it and improving it, which is really exciting to me because I'm actually really enjoying the game still and really enjoying everything that they are doing with it and where they are going, the directions they are going to be there. I think it's also interesting to know how more developers are doing something like this. Like they're kind of, even though the game may not be the best when it launches, which there's still no excuse for that. They're not just kind of abandoning it and moving on to the next project. They're wanting to stick with it. They're wanting to make improvements and trying to salvage it and see what they can do with it. And you can see that with the player base also ending up coming back. A lot of the games, like say the Division, most recently, especially with Division 2, it launching having actually a really good launch so far. It seems like it. And then also with Ubisoft did with the Rainbow Six and No Man's Sky as well. It's also nice seeing a lot of these developers kind of sticking with it and kind of making improvements, not just sort of abandoning it and just leaving it to his own device and saying, okay, that didn't work, and moving on. I'll also leave a link in the description below so you guys can check out a little bit more of the details of what happened in the stream and kind of what they're going to plan on doing, everything from there. But I think that's going to be it for today in this video. I hope everybody has a blessed evening and has a blessed day, and I will see you guys in the next one.